Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there. This morning I want to talk about something that none of us want to really talk about or even acknowledge that we think and feel these things. I'm feeling like a little turtle power today. Look, my coffee's still hot. That's how I like it. Yes, hot coffee. Okay, so I am doing a study with my girl Sophie. What's up, Sophie? How you doing? So this morning, what I read on was about comparing, and at first I was like, yeah, that's we all do it, but I really, really want to focus on this topic because I think that it goes along. Okay, you know what? How come I can't see these flyaways in the mirror when I look? But when I turn on the camera and start talking to you guys, they're everywhere. It's really distracting. Sorry. Okay. Back to topic. Comparing. Who else compares? What do we compare? I compare everything, every aspect of my life, everything, from the way that I look, from the clothes that I wear, from the mom that I am, the food that I cook, the way I clean my house, what coffee shop I go to, what kind of friend I am, what kind of wife I am, or my house, or my car, or how much money I have, or everything, you name it, we compare. I compare. It's a human natural instinct, I believe. And society actually encourages it, which is a really sad thing. Because the more that I'm moving into really understanding who I was meant to be and really truly learning to love myself and to encourage other women, people to love themselves as much, it is such a destructive thing, comparison, because it diminishes our beauty, and it is a subconscious reminder that we don't approve of ourselves, which is really sad. So yes, I am the first one to admit that I compare. Am I proud of it? No, of course not. But we all do it. And admitting that I do it is half the battle, right? For all my G.I. Joe supporters out there. But I think if we can't admit that we compare, if you walk into a room and, okay, the example was that, you get dressed and you're feeling all good and awesome about yourself. You're like, I like my outfit, I like my hair, my makeup's on point. You're feeling good. And then you walk into a room and you see your friend who always looks good and always has it together, or seems to have it together. She, her clothes are cute and her shoes are cute and her nails done and she has not one flyaway and her lipstick's cute, just all of that. And then you instantly don't feel as good about yourself. So you've moved down a level. And then you're sitting there and you're like, okay, well, I don't feel as great about myself now. And then you turn around and you see your girl who is obviously having a rough day. And she probably didn't get to brush her hair this morning because the kids were being crazy. And she put her socks on in the dark, and they're definitely two different colors. Or her shoes, because that has happened too. And then instantly you're like, oh, well, I don't feel so bad about myself now. I'm okay. And then you move up half a notch. And we're comparing, leveling. We have this unseen measuring tape that we continue to pull out and measure everything. Are we good enough? Are we pretty enough? Compared to somebody else, not to our own abilities and our own talents and traits and beauties. And it's so sad that it's something that we just overlook, because it really is destroying, self-destroying, and it ruins relationships. It causes disconnect. It causes self-destruction and deterioration of our value of ourselves. And we don't even realize that we're doing it most of the time because it's so natural and so supported by society. You know, from clothes to homes to keeping up with your neighbor. You know, it's everywhere. So it got me thinking, well, can comparison be avoided completely? Can we get to a point where we never compare ourselves to anybody? And I don't honestly think that's an achievable goal. I don't think we'll ever be there. Why? Because we're human. It's in our nature to do that. But I do think that we can grab a hold and minimize and begin to regain our control of comparing. How, you ask? How do you do that? Well, here's my advice. My personal advice, as this whole thing of this channel is my personal advice and opinions. First, I think that you have to begin a journey of truly learning to love yourself and really taking time to figure out what that is. And that journey is a lifelong journey of learning to love yourself. And it consists of baby steps. It doesn't just happen overnight, and it doesn't happen by doing one thing. I think it's a combination of a lot of different things that lead us to self-love. I think the first part of beginning that journey is, if you come to my Monday night class, you've heard me talk about reprogramming. Reprogramming our minds. We are programmed from birth to be self-destructive, to think a certain way, to act a certain way. And the more we move to self-love and to really understanding who we were created to be, that programming, you will begin to see and realize that it's not working. And we need to change something. And so yeah, we need to reprogram our mind for success. How do you do that? I'm glad you asked. That's a whole nother video in detail. Maybe I should write that down because I will probably forget to make that video. And if I do, somebody please remind me. Video. Okay, I wrote it down. I'm still probably going to forget, so. But to reprogram, meaning, okay, so you have a thought. Obviously, we're talking about comparing. So you see your girl at exercise, wherever, whatever you're doing. Okay, and she is looking super good. And her exercise pants are just tight and form-fitting, and her legs look really good, and she has some cute new shoes on, and her hair is in this cute little ponytail, and her makeup's on point, and you just rolled out of bed and put your sweats on, and you're here at exercise, and you're like, well, I'm here. Instantly, you're comparing. So take that thought, recognize I'm comparing right now, and say, you know what? I'm going to take my focus off her and bring it back on me. And then give yourself some truths. What are some truths about yourself? I'm here. I'm at exercise. Yay me for getting out of bed, for putting on clothes, because sometimes who wants to do that? Our dedication for being here. Anything to get your focus off what she's doing. Even if it has nothing to do with what's going on, reshift your focus to positive things about you. I like what I look like when I wear a certain shirt, or I love my feet, or my makeup was on point yesterday. Literally anything to get your focus off your girl and get it back onto yourself. Really, what you're just trying to do is to trick your brain into not focusing on her, but to focus on you. And really, that literally could be anything. Because you want to keep it positive. Keep the thoughts positive about yourself. Even if the negative ones are flooding in, counteract them with positive ones. I don't care if it's, I don't know, something to the smallest, like, I made my bed this morning. Which doesn't seem like a lot to some people, but this girl doesn't always make her bed. Sometimes it's really hard, and I'm like, really, who cares if my bed's made? So when I make my bed, I'm proud of myself. Side note. So yeah, reprogramming. Take your focus off the other person and internalize it. And with the next one, positivity. Counteract that negative thought with a positive thought. Keep it positive. And if you're having a really hard time with that, or you just want to mix it up, add a positive thought about your girl. Be like, you know what? She worked really hard to fit into those pants. Or I know that her hair does look really good. Yeah, it does. So way to go, girl. Have a cute ponytail. Anything to counteract the negative thought with a positive thought. And then surround yourself with other women who are practicing these things. It's so interesting to be around a bunch of women who are working to not compare themselves against other women. It creates this energy that you don't find anywhere else. So I don't know if any of you have been in a group of women and their energy, you were so uncomfortable. You could just see them looking at you, judging, comparing. They're just negative vibes, and you're just like, get me out of here. I don't know for any of you, high school was like that for me. Pretty much all of school was like that for me. Girls were mean, especially girls. You know, they're just very judgy, in my opinion. Not all girls, but most of the girls I encountered, I felt very judged. And so I mostly wanted to hang out with guys because I was like, they don't care what I look like. They're just want to talk or whatever. I didn't feel judged, basically, is the point. didn't feel judged with a lot of guy friends. Um, until I met a large group of women who had a common goal to begin a self-love journey. And it's truly amazing to be around other women who are on the same journey as you and are positive and lifting one another up, bringing their focus inward and not onto you, encouraging one another, encouraging themselves, and just really pouring out encouragement on you and each other. It is a beautiful, beautiful experience. If you've not met a group of women like that, you need to find a group of women like that because it will be a life changer for you. So, that is my thoughts on comparing this morning. If you have anything to add to that or questions, I would love to hear from you guys. This video this morning is dedicated to Susan. I'm here, made my video this morning, Susan. You rock. Thanks for being an awesome encourager and keeping me and holding me accountable. So thank you. I love it. I will talk to you ladies later. Have a good day.